Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm spiritual coach Lisa Hop. It is Sunday, July 12th, 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to this podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahop.com. I'm also on Instagram under spiritual coach Lisa Hop. I'm on Facebook under Lisa M. Hop, spiritual coach in Medium. It will have a check mark. I am also on TikTok under at Lisa M. Hop. I had to think about that one. And if you are listening on YouTube or any of the platforms, thank you. If you have the ability to like, subscribe, and share, please do so. I'd appreciate it so very much. And for those of you who listen consistently, and I'm finding out more and more who's listening, thank you. It just makes my life. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm so humbled and grateful that you are here with me today, no matter when you're listening, because these podcasts are not just to Sunday. They're to whenever you have the opportunity to listen to them. They're really not timely. They're timeless. So I'm glad you're here whenever you listen. Thank you. So today's topic, and you might hear me a little tired today. I went out last night and saw the musical Escape to Margaritaville, and I still am dancing, still moving the fin to the left, moving the fin to the right. So I'm a little bit drowsy today, but bear with me. I love the topic I'm about to talk about, and that topic is your spiritual entourage. Now, many times we think, maybe we hope, maybe we assume that our departed loved ones, our beloveds, like our parents or our children or grandchildren or those hard losses that we can have, that they're now angels and that they're an angel looking out for us. The truth of the matter is that departed loved ones are human, so they cannot be angels. But what I will often call them are earth guardian angels because of their physicality, because they are human souls. But angels are angels, and angels were never human. They are not human. I often say that angels are made from the sparks of God. They have their higher consciousness. They only have the ability, angels, to love, to serve, to guide us. And they do it so unconditionally and immeasurably. They don't have personalities. They have like humans do, I want to say, that they have great senses of humor, though, because they work in joy and they love serving. They love their job. They truly do. And then we have spirit guides. Spirit guides were human, but now want to be teachers, guides. And my sense is sometimes, and this is just an intuition moment for me, that once you're a guide, you can go back and perhaps live on Earth again or other planets. But sometimes when we go over to the other heavenly realm, when we transition, we then say, I think I want to be a guide now. I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they can come back and live a life. And perhaps they're on Earth helping us, not just helping us from other realms, but we also have them. We have souls that have been assigned to us as spiritual guides. Now, most of the time, these spiritual guides are not your departed loved ones. Even though guides have been human, they're experts. They're like professors. So they're going to help with their strength. So each category has its own strength, has its own way of serving you. And then you have what's called ascended masters. That would be your Jesus, your Moses, your Buddha, varying backgrounds. And they're higher up. They're way up, almost to what you might know if you're from traditional religious background, the throne of God. They're way up there. And they also help mankind. And they've also been human. So that's 4. And now, of course, departed loved ones can also be animals. It doesn't have to be human souls that are near you. So we're going to 5 now. I'm actually going to note that down so I don't forget to talk about any one of them. You can hear it click. 5 categories. Okay, so let's go to departed loved ones. They're around you, supportive. They can loving you. And oftentimes the ones that are most around you are the ones that you might not want around you. The ones that, I want to say for lack of a better sentence, did you wrong from earth. So they have gotten their review. They've gotten to be you first person, realizing their full impact on you. And now they're about service. Now that doesn't happen every time and all the time, because we don't always have abusive or traumatic relationships with someone. Or perhaps even someone who just wasn't able to love us the way they wanted. That's more often what's going on. I wasn't able to express love or show love the way I wanted to. So you have them kind of working overtime for you. But then you would have the ones you want around you as well. And here's the wonderful thing. We have at least 1 to 2 departed loved ones next to us at all time. But even when they're not right next to us, they know what's happening with us. We are an open radio signal. All of our thoughts, our feelings, our words, they go up or over. And so a departed loved one can be with somebody else on earth and still know everything that's happening with you. You just can only have 1 to 2 with you at a time. Usually you can have more. But what I mean is, what I really meant was, if they're with you, they can't be with another person on earth unless you're in the same room together. Now, can you get more than 1 departed loved one or 2 around you? Oh, yes. And that's usually when you're going through something. Maybe you're going through a health scare. Maybe you are going through a change in your life. I want to say positive change because all changes are positive. Maybe there's about to be a transition, either yours or another. So that's when we get a little bit more of a group around us to give us that support and that love. And they can carry us over through something. They are wonderful in their service. Can they slow down time? No. Can they do other miraculous things that angels can do? No. And ascended masters? No. They're just supportive. They're a little bit more evolved than they were on earth. They're more healed. But generally speaking, these have pretty much the same personality. So you have people who love you even more than they did on earth. And some of them, yes, are people you didn't even know, that maybe passed before you were born or never got close to. They can be around you as well. But again, it's more about support than it is about changing things in your life or making a miracle happen. Departed loved one is not the miracle provider. They're the support provider. But they're important. And they do know. And they haven't abandoned you. They never can. They never want to. Because of love. Love is it. Love is the recipe of heaven. It's immeasurable. It's powerful. It changes us here when we deal in love in every way. It is, again, immeasurable. And it's so accepting in that energy. You are adored. And your loved ones feel that way as well. They've learned so many lessons since they crossed over. And now they want to help you with those lessons too, as much as they can, according to your free will. You're going to hear the fan because I want the air on when I'm talking. So excuse that if you hear it. It's what it is. And so onto your guardian angels. Again, at least 1 to 2. Sometimes you can have more. When do you get more? You're a fireman, you're a policeman. You are going through a time where you need extra protection. You're going through a time of change. You're going to get more, because just naturally more will be assigned to you. You can also have more if you ask for more, because I could just make more. That heavenly energy can just make more. And there are trillions of angels around this earth. They're covering the airplanes. They're covering the sidewalks, the homes, the businesses. They are the cars. They're on the outside of our cars. They are controlling the environment as much as let's just say there's nothing random. So they are there to help. So many people like to use angels, for instance. Well, some like to manifest, but some like to use the angels to get them a parking space or something like that. I personally might use them. I'll say to them, if I want the lights to change, if I'm on a road with a lot of traffic lights, I'll say, if it's not against anybody else's will, could you make all these lights turn green, please? If I'm running a little behind. Sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. So that's an ability they have, environmental. I've seen them at least twice, actually probably 3 times, slow down time. Everybody starts floating by, or vehicles float by, because in some way the angels had to intervene in order to give protection. And so they're powerful. They're very powerful. I have seen them guide down planes, which is why I started flying again after 9/11. I stopped flying before 9/11 because I didn't feel safe. I felt intuitively, not specifically with my head, but intuitively I felt that it wasn't safe to fly. So I stopped. And then one day, after 9/11, I asked for assurance about flying. And I saw a bunch of angels on a very large plane going down for landing at my local international airport. And I knew then it's all right. When things happen, they are not random, as I said. They are meant to occur, and angels are always on the scene. Some of you have heard this before. Some of you may know this personally. They are at everything. They're at every war scene. We're at a 9/11. Large angels. Some saw them going up and down at 9/11. They were helping the souls, those who are meant to stay on earth and those who weren't. And so they're always doing their duties. And again, the wonderful thing is, and I think we all want this, because we're so human, you can't make them angry. You can't disappoint them. They're not human. They love you no matter who you are. They smile at you when you are having the snarkiest day. They adore you in a way that I think we're here to learn unconditional love in the way they love us. We are told to love the way they love us, but to them it's easy. There's no work involved. And I love the cluster that I have around me, because you can trust them. You can talk to them about anything. They'll always have to be truthful, but they're always coming from a place of love. When I hear them, they'll say, "Dear one," or "Dear child." They can talk plain, but they can also sound very flowery, as I like to call it, because of the great love they have for you. There's always endearment when they speak. But even in their actions, there's endearment. You can trust that you are unconditionally served and loved. Now, they can't go against your free will. If you don't want angels around, they have to stay back a little bit, but they're still there. That's why it's always important, if you want their help, to say, "I surrender my will for you to help me," but then you gotta let it go. You can't surrender your will and then take your will back. Right? And they can guide. They can help. They can, they're not just about protection. Archangel Gabriel was the messenger to Blessed Mother Mary about her impending birth. So they get involved in our lives, in our activities, right? And so it's important to know that you can trust them for guidance. But again, you have to let them guide you. Now, here's some common signs. And I didn't give you the signs of loved ones. A lot of us know them. But let me go there with departed loved ones. Perhaps it's going to be coins. It's going to be electricity or things battery operated acting odd. Perhaps it's birds or butterflies. Occasionally, in my experience, rarely, it can be white feathers. But that to me is more an angelic sign than a departed loved one sign. But Julian Lennon, the son of John Lennon, was told by John that he would send in white feathers, and Julian is held to that. He even started a charitable foundation, the White Feather Foundation, because of that. And I know I have had, very minimally, but I have had one client, at least, that has said, I think white feathers are my departed loved one. And so I would never deny them that belief. So, but I feel like angels use it more because we tend to think of angels as having white wings, as being like that. And so we connect a little bit more, perhaps, to the angels. Departed loved ones can also use, their essence is smell. Sometimes they're not necessarily trying to use it, but they're around you. So there's varying degrees of how a departed loved one can show themselves. Music is another one, but so do angels use music. Angels, so here's the difference, okay? Departed loved ones use music to make you think of them. And angels use music to answer a question, to give you advice. So, same sign, two different intentions. Angels may use bumper stickers. I've had that happen to me. Departed loved ones and angels can use license plates. Numbers with the angels. Okay, and numbers with departed loved ones. Okay, departed loved ones will send you a birth date. Angels will send you 1111, 22, 444, 888. All right, the angels are communicating with you for higher, again, advice, answers. I got 2 days in a row an angel number that meant stay on path. You're doing it right. That's not a departed loved one. That's an angel. Right? Departed loved ones are going to be, here I am. Here's my name on a license plate. Here's a number of my birth date. Here I am. Okay. Now, if it's your birthday on a license plate and you see it 3 times in a row, that's the angel speaking to you. All right. So there's a bit of a difference between intentions of how both groups can use the same signs. Angels may form angel wings in a cloud. Loved ones can send you a rainbow. So both can use the sky, but in different ways. Angels come in dreams, so do loved ones. Not always. Angels will, the dreams I've had of angels are they usually speak. They'll come in and go, you see me? This is what I have to say to you. Loved ones may not speak to you, but they're there, and it feels real. They're there. So again, different intention about appearing in dreams, but both can do it. So angels, by the way, will only give signs when you most need them, as departed loved ones will only give signs when you most need them. And that's just the way it goes. We don't get them every day. We don't get them when we're looking for them hard, begging for them. Usually, sometimes they can relent. If you're saying, oh, come on, it's been too long, I need a boost here. Yes, they will respond. But generally speaking, they're leaving you alone. because you're here for a purpose. You're here to learn something. You're here to grow. You're here to create, expand. You are God in human form. Believe it or not, enjoying the game of life. And when I say God in human form, I meant you were created by that energy in order that it could experience physical form, the physical joy of creation. Because while a higher energy can take a physical form, it is not physical form. And physical form gets it done. This body gets it done because we have to get around the survival, fight or flight, senses, organs, emotions that are, have all these things coming together with our hormones, our bodies. So I always say we wanted to sign up for the boot camp. And so there's a great joy when we have escalation, when we upgrade ourselves, when we honor ourselves and our soul, because we have to get around so much to do it. Now, the next group, let's talk about very briefly departed souls that are pets. Yeah, they're in heaven and they're around us. They're not around us as much as our departed loved ones. They're more visitors. They love heaven, endless meadows, anything they could want. They're with the other departed animals in the soul group or family or friends, and they're just enjoying life, enjoying freedom. The wonderful thing about animals is that they don't carry our burdens, so they just unload when completely if they had anything to unload when they transition. But they're always going to be drawn to us because of love. Love is the connection. It cannot be severed. So I still see a beloved animal that passed 12 years ago visit, and I love that, and sometimes it is overt in letting us know it's here, and sometimes it just walks on by. So do know they can never go fully away from you, because love is eternal and relationships are eternal. Okay. 2, but they're not going to give you signs. You're just going to maybe hear them or see them, the pets, all right? They're not that active like that. They're not going to send you coins, all right? 2 ascended masters. Well, actually, let's do spirit guides first. Spirit guides, again, your human professors, your teachers. At least 1 to 2. I think a lot of us can get more. I have over 400 guides at this time. That doesn't mean I'm special. It just means that there's a point in my life right now where 400 are working for me. You may get that many or more. You may get 20. You may get 1 to 2. It's about the ebb and flow in life. Some of the guides were saints or disciples. Some are entertainers. Some are people that you would not know at all, that had no fame in any way, not written about, but are experts. Maybe you have if you're learning welding, you have a welding spirit guide, a great welder from another life, and they have no idea who they are. So again, it's not who you might expect it to be. But yes, our Mother Teresa, is she a spirit guide right now? Absolutely. You might get, if you're learning an instrument, a musician spirit guide. So there's different categories. There is personal development guides, there's career guides, there's relationship guides, there's health guides, there's joy guides. It's whatever you need. It's whatever that would benefit you at this time in your life and moving forward. And I had guides that asked me to call them wealth guides. And then I have personal development guides. Then I have guides that are just about my do I offer with my career? So they're all different. And then I have relationship guides and I have health guides. I don't personally, I know I must have joy guides, but I don't personally talk to them. I have meetings. I'll call my teams in. You can do this too, by the way. You can talk to your angels. You're not going to get in trouble. That's what they're there for. Talk to your angels. Talk to your departed loved ones. Talk to your guides. So what I do in the morning is I will say, what do you want me to know today? And yes, I have the ability to hear. They're not talking to me in the environment. They're talking to me in my mind. But I know it's them because it comes to me, not from me. It's not my imagination. But if you are not one that has that ability right now, that's developed, if you're local, I can help you with that, or even through Zoom, I can help you with that to develop your clairs. But if you're not, you can just ask for signs. Show me a sign. Show me you're with me. Come in a dream. Instruct me. But allow them to do so. Allowing is really important, right? And so know that no matter what, they hear you. They know what's coming for you, what's happening with you. And sometimes we have permanent ones for each of these categories, and sometimes we have temporary ones. The permanent ones are the 1 to 2. The temporary ones are, it's needed right now in July, maybe moving forward, but then we'll back away. So again, the times of your life, you get a varying number and you get a varying degree of what they're helping you with. But they're there. They're there. Ascendant Masters are, your larger ones. Now, they work with you too, but not as actively, not day to day. They're more like maybe a guest star in your life. If you are one that prays to Jesus or Blessed Mother Mary as an example, it doesn't matter as far as religious goes. They're not just with Catholics or Christians. There's not a religion in heaven, all right? It's about what you need, the service. But yes, if you're praying to them every day, you're on their radar, right? However, they're going to come and work with you again with more significant times, and they're larger, meaning they're helping you to help others. They have great love for you, but it is more about service. So, Blessed Mother Mary, for instance, will be around the mothers, the children, the teachers, more so than just someone who goes to church on Sunday, who doesn't serve. But again, it doesn't mean, it's not about favoritism. It's not about being special. It's about helping the Mother Earth and beyond. And so you get an Ascendant Master when they are, meaning directly working with you when there is something larger going on, or and again, about service. But can you call upon them? Absolutely. They're unconditional too. They're not going to say, no, we don't have time for you because you're not serving enough, or something like that. Again, we are so greatly loved. We are so greatly emulated, just adored, that yes, you can call upon them to help you, and they will, but they won't perhaps work with you on a daily basis. But they're there. They're around you as well. So I hope that makes sense a bit. And if you have a question about that, please comment if you're on a commenting page, and I'll try to give you more clarity about that. So we walk around with an entourage. You see? Departed loved ones, spirit guides. And departed loved ones can be pets or animals, angels, and I love my group. I love my group. Now, as I told you, I have over 400 spirit guides right now. Is every single one of them with me at all times? No, I'm not walking around with hundreds upon hundreds of beings around me. They're off working. But do I have a good group? Are they all know about me? Yes. Because when I say working, if you ask for an opportunity, they're going to help you get the opportunity. They're working on your connections. They're working on that job opportunity. They're working on that relationship opportunity. Loved ones love to be involved in that too, by the way, the relationship area. But again, the angels, the spirit guides, they're the ones that have more power to get it done. Synchronicity, coincidences are going to be your angels, your spirit guides, your ascended masters. Right? But are departed loved ones involved too, meaning they're encouraging, supporting? Absolutely. They love to be involved actually in that because it helps you to be happy. So we may not have all that's helping us with us at one time, but we all have a good sized group. And I want you to feel the security of that and the safety in that and the protection in that, because it's truth and it's very important. People on earth, we humans, we can have moments. We can inadvertently, not meaning to, let someone down. We can have a day where we're stressed. We can have a moment. But our angels, our spirit guides, our ascended masters, all those who are of heaven, God's source, by the way, some of us have God around us too. Or whatever you want to call that highest source. That energy, as I said, can only be trusted. It is honest. It is unrelenting. It will not abandon us. It will not ghost us. We ghost it. It does not ghost us. It's there whether we want it or not. Right? Does it show itself less when we say we don't want it, or, having our moments or our lifetimes? Yes. It will not show itself as much, but it's been there all along. It never abandons us, while humans on earth can abandon us. So know that they're my team. I go to them. I call them my spiritual team, and I go to them and I count on them, and it's not only a belief in them, I rely on them. You can rely on them too. They love if you rely on them, not in a codependent, unhealthy way, but in a very healthy minded, let's work together way on this Mother Earth. So keep that in mind today. Ask them for a sign. Let it go. Live your life knowing that you are safe, protected, and secure, that you can trust this. And they want us to live our best life. So live your best life. Thank you so much for joining me today. When I said live your best life, my counting on my podcast was 3333. That's the spirit guide number. That's amazing. I thank you again for joining me. If you're on YouTube again, please like, subscribe, and share. And on any other platform, please also connect, let people know. I would just appreciate it so much, because it's helpful to others, and that matters. Thank you again. Many blessings, and I will talk to you next time.